After 8 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, the timeline itself is confusing and weird. So, this is a series we'll discuss the game by game, what happened, and at the end we'll have a straightforward story of what happened in Five Nights at Freddy's, the entire story. This is part 1 of multiple episodes. So, without further ado, this is what happens in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Now, we're going to have to break this video down in 3 sections. What we fully know, what are our theories, and what actually happened, combining what we know with the theories to get somewhat of a story of what we actually know in FNAF 1. Now, what do we actually know that is told from context, from other games, and stuff that we know in story in game? We know it takes place roughly in 1993 based off the paycheck we get at the end of the week. We also know because of FNAF 2 that the puppet was there, or at least was there for a bit, and they're also the animatronics that are stalking us in a sense, are the remodeled versions of the withered animatronics, which I will get to why that's important in the next episode of this series, because it's not as important as it is in FNAF 1. Now, here are some of my personal theories and also some theories in the community that everybody genuinely accepted. For example, we play as Michael Afton during this game. Now, it's not specifically stated in FNAF 1, or I don't even think in any games that we're playing as Michael in this game. But because of the story of FNAF, it's heavily implied, and if we're not playing as Michael, we're probably playing as William. Either way, we're playing as one of the Aftons, and I specifically think it's Michael. Speaking of William, I do believe William Afton gets spring locked either during this game or after the time that we play this game. More specifically after night 7. The reason why I say either during or after, because it can't be before. Because, we know this, it's very implied that the company of Fazbear Entertainment is very cheap. So I see no reason why they would, try and rebuild the animatronics after William heavily, might I add, during the FNAF 3 cutscenes, heavily destroys them. So I do not believe it would be before this game, but I believe it's either during or after. And if it's after, I believe it's night 7. We also know that the phone guy probably, and I'm saying most likely, either died a week before or probably a year before when we played this game. The reason why I say a week before is because it makes the most sense. A lot of people would like to say that, oh, he made these recordings during FNAF 2, but then again, FNAF 2 had a lot more animatronics. I believe this is more of a week, because then it's around the time where he would die. It's also close enough to our gameplay where it makes sense why he knows everything that's going on. Although, I do have my own theory of how we get these messages. So, yeah, that's the whole theory section of this video, and we'll have to get to what actually happened. What happened in this game? Well, we know after the events of FNAF 2, the Wither animatronics were remodeled and taken to the FNAF 1 location. We also know in the FNAF 2 section that this location is most likely the same location the kids died in, but I'm going to explore that more in our FNAF 2 What Happened video than this one. We also know that we play as Michael Afton, more sickly Michael Afton in 1993. We also know the phone guy most likely died a week before us. We also know the puppet was in this location. We also, most likely, after night 7, William Afton goes to the location, destroys all the animatronics, and gets spring locked. And, yeah, that's this video. This is really what happened in FNAF 1. Thank you for listening to this. I normally do different types of videos, but, I really like talking about FNAF. It's a game series I've been following for a while, ever since the second game, and I was, 13 at the time. Now I'm 16, turning 17, and not only that, Security Breach was actually released on my birthday, so, just a little bit of bragging rights on my part, but, you know what, that's me. That is what happened in FNAF 1. Now, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or next week we'll talk about what happened in FNAF 2.